That's right, Alex. Welcome back to our channel, and thank you once again for joining us in this another day in the life of living on Autistic Edge. I am Terry and Elaine, proud autism mom, and we are here to share with you tips and tricks of how we navigate through our journey right here on Autistic Edge. Do you know that many kids on the spectrum struggle with wiping after using the toilet? It is a very big deal in ensuring that our little ones are able to master this very important process. And what we are here to do, we're going to explore some ways where we can make this process fun and engaging. Now, learning to wipe after using the toilet is essential for proper hygiene. This process can create anxiety for parents, and it is very stressful for the children alike, and especially if your children are special needs. Now, remember, we are focusing on special needs, but of course, you may find this video useful for many of our smaller children. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you some strategies that you can use to make this part of your potty training experience much better. Why are some of the children unable to wipe? A child not being able to wipe can be for different reasons. No two children are alike. One, special needs children may struggle with understanding the process, and they may also struggle with the understanding of the importance of this particular task. So if they don't see the importance and if they don't understand it, then they might just not be interested, right? So that's one. Number two, a child may have sensory sensitivity issues. Children on the spectrum may have sensitivity to certain fabric. And what you may find is they may not like the texture of the paper that you're using. So they may not like the texture of the toilet paper. We know that a wide range of our toilet paper, some of them are rough, some of them are soft, some of them are even so thin. And some of our children really have sensitivity to these. So finding the paper that is flushable and at the same time the right type for your child is something that you will have to explore. Some children also struggle with motor skills. And two aspects of the motor skills, and this is more or less defined motor skills, right? Some of them may struggle with the reach. They may have, because they are small, some of them are tiny, they may struggle with their hand being able to reach their bottom effectively to do that appropriate wipe. And at the same time, some may have a reach, but at the same time, they may not have the good grip or the good concept of the wiping. So they may not get the technique of wiping correctly. You know, we teach them to wipe from the front to the back, right? So some of them may not have a good grasp of the wiping technique. Understanding the unique challenges that your child face is the beginning of the process. For you to be able to help your child, you must know what their challenges are. So their challenge might be they're not interested. The challenge might be they don't understand. The challenge might be the sensitivity to the tissue or whatever it is. Sometimes even the seating of the toilet can be issue for the children. So you may want to use soft seats, and they have additional seats that you can use on your toilet to make it more comfortable for the kids. The motor skills of not being able to reach and not getting the technique, all of these little things, and there might be others. Your experience, we might just be talking about a few, and you may just have other experience out there. So understanding the challenges that your child have is the first step in the process. The traditional approach may not cut it for children on the spectrum. And as a result of that, as parents, we have to think outside of the box. We have to come up with innovative ways of being able to reach these children and teach them. If we can't reach them, we can't teach them. All right. Now, I'm going to be sharing with you a few strategies. Now, strategy number one, use visual aids to illustrate the process. Visual aids can be in the form of pictures. It can be in the form of social stories that outline the process. It can also be watching a potty training video online. Research them. Just research the different techniques. There are a lot of techniques out there. Research them and see how you can allow your child to visualize what they are supposed to do. All right. Now, you can use social stories, as I said before, to explain the process in a very relatable way. Now, practice with the child. Practice produces improvement. So make sure that you practice and make it a part of their daily routine. Any part of the process that you have introduced, make sure that you do it on a daily basis. Now, some of our children may not be able to follow the full process all at once. And especially for our children on the spectrum, they may not be able to do more than just a little part of the task or a little part of the process for over a period of time. So they are going to take a longer time to get this process right. Right? So you may need to break down the process into smaller parts. So here are some examples now. If your child struggles with the motor skills, you may want to design an activity of getting the wiping technique properly. So what if your child, they're able to reach? No, if they can't reach, you may have to just wait a little while longer, allow them to just grow up, give them a few more months to grow a little extension on their hands because they do grow, right? But if they are not able to reach the area, it may be a sign that you are teaching this aspect too soon. The first step is them being able to reach. All right. Now, let's say they are able to reach. Now it's time to wipe. Now, to get the wiping technique, they may just put the tissue around there and drop it in the bowl because that is what they may see mommy or daddy or somebody doing, just dropping tissue in the bowl, but they don't understand why the tissue is being thrown in the bowl. So here is what you can do. Allow them to practice the wiping technique. And there are different ways you can do. You have a laminated piece of paper. You just put a little peanut butter on that paper and give them, whether it's wipes or tissue, whatever it is that they are comfortable with, and just allow them to wipe that paper in a particular direction. Now, what that does is help them to get the concept of wiping correctly. So you can teach them to wipe. Allow them to just put even things on top of their desk or their table. Like put a little peanut butter on top of their desk, a little peanut butter on top of their table, and just allow them to wipe. Just practice this wiping technique. Allow them to wipe everything. Wipe the table, wipe the desk, wipe up something off the floor. Now, by doing that, you are getting them to appreciate the concept of wiping constantly. And wiping up things is a way of being clean. It's good hygiene to keep your surrounding clean, so you're able to teach them about wiping up everything. All right? Now, here is what you can also do. At bath time, you can put a little sod, some of the soap sod, on their bottom and give them the washcloth and allow them to wipe that sod from their bottom, or they can do the washing of their buttocks using the rag. So bath time is a good time to teach. So while you are teaching them how to get into their other little areas while they are bathing, you can also use that time to teach them to reach so that they can wash their bottom properly. Now, that is a very good practice when you do that at bath time. All right. Now, another thing is you can practice using the peanut butter on a doll, right? I mean, there are some parents that will have questions surrounding whether their boy child should use a doll or the girl child should use a doll. Guess what? you are the parent, it is your child. You decide what you are comfortable with in teaching your child the concept. For those persons who are skeptic, you can allow the girl child to use the dog, the peanut butter around here, allow them to practice that wiping technique. For the boys, you can use a balloon, put it on a balloon, and then allow them to practice that wiping technique in the same direction. I found this technique to be very useful. It's very fun. So you can use balloons, right? So let me show you the balloon technique. So here we are. You blow two balloons, inflate them, and then you tie them together. And you can tie them around a chair. Now, I'm going to be using the chair in this instant because I never had a stool. If you have a stool where you don't have the back of the chair to disturb you or to disturb your reach, that would be better. But I'm just trying to demonstrate here the concept of what you can do. All right, so have the balloons to the back of the, tied to the back of the chair. And then what you can do is you can sit and you can show your child how to do the reach, fold, or to fold, reach, wipe, fold, reach, wipe, and you try to build a little rhythm. You can also build your little songs using the tune from other little toddler tunes and build a nice little tune, and allow them to fold, reach, and wipe. Now, you may find that your child may not be able to complete the full process in one day, but as I said, break it down. Today, it can be about just wiping one balloon. First, you need to practice the fold of the tissue. That is critical because you don't want to get their hands to get messy. All right. So after that, then you can practice your reach. And then once you're able to reach, then they will be able to wipe. Now, this technique takes time. This takes time, I know. All right. But make the process fun and provide them with the necessary support that they need. Don't go stress yourself out and think, say, oh, they must know, and oh, it's messy. And guess what? Our parents, our caregivers, our mothers, our daddies, whoever we are, when we were a child, somebody has to do this for us. Therefore, it is only important that we are now here practicing this with our children, right? Now, this is a topic that not many people talk about, but we know that this is a real issue when it comes to the typical children, more so kids that are having special needs. Now, one of the next thing you can do is create a reward system. So you can have your steps outlined on a chart, and as your child accomplish or they have mastered the first round or the first step, once your child master a step in the process, you can reward them, put their little sticker, allow them to get their little star, right? So put a little reward system in place and make sure you compliment and cheer them along. So if you're trying it today and they only get the reach but they didn't get anything else, encourage them, cheer them along, congratulate them, sing their little song for them, let them feel good and confident about themselves. Because guess what? This process, you don't want anybody to be teaching them. For me, with the way our world is running nowadays, I would prefer the parents, the caregivers. I would prefer the parents or the caregivers be the one to teach this. Not every teacher out there you want to teach this important task. All right. Now, be consistent. Be patient with your child and be patient with yourself. Remember, it is about creativity and engagement. Let me hear from you. Which of these tricks do you like best? Which one of them you find helpful? Share your experience in the comment below. Once again, thank you so much for joining us in this another day in the life of living on Autistic Edge. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so the next time we put out another content, you will be notified.